Jai Shri Krishna. A loving welcome to Sadhana, the Inward Path, right here on SABC3. I'm your host, Shridika Pillai. Gita Week is just around the corner, and this sets the tone for our show today. We celebrate the values taught by Lord Krishna to Arjuna through the life of a local hero, Lenny Naidu, and attend the opening ceremony of the grand new Sri Radha Krishna temple in Lamasi. We end the show with praise to Bhagwan Krishna through the golden voice of Anup Jalota. On the battle of Kurukshetra, Lord Krishna instructed Arjun to perform his duty as a warrior, to fight for truth and righteousness, and to transcend from a sense of duality to a higher sense of unity and oneness. Right here in South Africa, some 30 years ago, lived an Arjun-like warrior. We all know the famous Lenny Naidu drive in Chatsworth, but how much do we know of the young man this stretch of road is named after? A young man who at the age of 24 gave up his life for the freedom of his people. Today on Sadhana, we turn back the pages of time to the life of Lenny Naidu, as told through a powerful play entitled Lenny that was recently staged at the Playhouse Theatre in Durban.
Vaishnav Jana to tenere kahiye je peed padaye jane re par dhukke upar kar kare. The song in itself expresses the life that Lenny did lead, and the message that he also tried to imbibe in his everyday life. Having the qualities of love, peace, righteousness, bliss and non-violence. And this is what makes us, as individuals, play the important part of bringing the world together and bringing all hearts together.
South Africa remembers Muhammad Ali. When we are gone, does anyone remember? The Guptas. Not again. Why can't you talk about all the other heroes instead?
The story of Lenny Naidu inspired me, and it is something that resonated deep within my soul. Legends are born from stories that are told on heroes. And what better way to tell a story of a hero to describe a legend? So for me, Lenny Naidu truly is a legend and a story that was worthy to be told. The sacrifices that he's made for our freedom and struggle was something that I thought everybody should know.
Lenny?
Yeah?
What are you doing, Lenny?
Huh?
I'm asking you, what are you doing, Lenny?
Ma, I'm doing nothing wrong, Ma. Just helping the people in the community. That's all. Ma, look, the people in the community can't even afford to pay the rent. The rents are too high. People are poor here, Ma. We're just trying to help them.
Lenny Naidu came from Chatsworth, Unit 2, Bayview. And at a young age, he was very concerned about the poverty that surrounded him. He was concerned about the plight of the workers that were being exploited. Later on, when he went to university, he was very concerned that education was not equal and fair for all race groups. And thereafter, he joined the struggle and fought for freedom.
Taking back from the life of Lenny, Lenny was certainly a divine soul and a liberated soul as well. For the things that he did at the age that he did, he could see forth and he could see before anyone else could. And his goal and mission was to help others.
Lenny, you know, so we work hard to send you to varsity to study. You never even finish your study, but you want to educate other people. What are you doing?
Ma, why are you getting so angry? Ma, you never get so angry, Ma. You're angry at me for helping.
It was obviously because of our playwright and producer's input, research, that I actually grew very, very fond of this character. And now I am him, which is a great honor.
You know, the police were looking for you again. They said they got a warrant of arrest for you because you're involved in some bombing. Lenny, I'm talking to you! No, not my son. Never. My son will never do a thing like that. Never.
His love for his friends, his mum, his attitude towards the bigger picture. bigger picture is literally, what is really going on, guys? Are we really free? Are you free? Are we free? Are you happy? Are you really happy? Or are you just living?
Listen, guys, the police are starting to smell a rat.
We gotta watch what we say, who we say it to, and where we say it.
Exactly, there are ears everywhere.
Look, to safeguard ourselves and our families, they must know nothing. Our people need us. But they also need to know what's really going on, guys.
That's right. In fact, I'll get Craigie to do the t-shirts, posters and flyers.
I think it's a very, very important and riveting show to watch. People should come here, experience the emotional roller coaster ride that you're taken on. It's not to be taken lightly. You know, you feel the emotions and you understand what these characters went through. And it's of immense value for anyone to come through, watch it, experience it, to understand that, hey, listen, don't forget our local people, don't forget our local heroes, don't forget the people who've struggled to get us to where we are today.
Did you see this picture? Do you know who this man is? This is Nelson Mandela that's in jail. Lenny, you want to get involved, you want to know about politics.
There's a scene where we go into exile and we've been across the border for 2 years. So obviously going into the military and being a part of a specific unit, we weren't really concerned as characters. The characters weren't really concerned with their appearance. And when Lenny was found as well, he was, you know, sporting a beard. So that was part of the disguise, but also because they were refugees in a foreign country, they were obviously not too concerned with appearance. So we had to groom ourselves for the role.
Look at the senseless killings going on in South Africa. We have already lost so many comrades in the struggle. They have done their utmost to divide us and pit us against each other. But you know, what we have is an unshakable determination. I would give my last breath of air for the struggle. What if one of us were to die? What happens then to the other?
The one who survives continues the work of the one that's died. Nothing changes, nothing stops.
This is a story that's over 30 years old, where people in the ages of 20 years, not just at their age, but prior to that, were doing things of helping the community, giving back, trying to benefit others.
If one has to look at the story of Lenny Naidu, as a youth, he contributed to the development of his community, later on to the development of this country. And today, where we are today, is, I could say, we are grateful for those heroes that sacrificed their lives for us. So our youth should certainly follow in those footsteps, where we say, it begins with you, change begins with you.
The show and this production is not just about a specific person. Although it does tell the tale of one man's struggle and his comrades, it's a universal story that touches the hearts of people throughout the world, not just in South Africa and not just in the community of Chatsworth.
You know, they are guarding the place 24 hours, thinking that Lenny is here. Yeah, they are waiting like vultures for him. Rubbish police! You won't catch my son. He's not here. He's too clever for your fat fool. Yeah, he won't stop fighting for the people. Yes. Labo mellow yellow. Yeah. You're mellow yellow. Yeah.
It's been years of research, speaking to lots of people, interviewing lots of people that knew Lenny Naidu, his comrades, people from the Butterfly unit, which was the unit that they belonged to at the time, but most especially his very close and dear friends and his mother. I got a lot of information from the Lenny Naidu family, because for me it was the relationship and love of what the family shared with him and their loss and pain that really struck me as the writer. And I felt that that really needed to be shared, because it was the ultimate sacrifice of a mother that had to share her son with this country, and for her son to have sacrificed his family for our freedom.
You heard about on the television and on the radio station how 4 people got killed on Swaziland border. Shame, Ben. We don't know whose children they are, man. Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
I have a strong suspicion that the man that was killed at the Swaziland border is Lenny.
Huh?
You must go to the P36s5 mortuary to identify the body at once.
Huh?
Leave immediately.
What? No! 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 Not my son! It can never be! No! 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 Not my son!
He was a very disciplined child. He never spoke a lie. Honest within himself, and he did the right things. Only when he was in high school, they used to boycott. Then too, we did not know that what was the real motive of boycotting. Only when he got into varsity, he was very strong with it. And when he got into varsity, he used to come home and he used to talk in riddles, which we didn't understand because we did not know what was politics that time.
He's always been an inspiration to me from the time I was growing up. He's always been there. And as Mum said, he was a very honest, trustworthy. He always had his righteousness in place. So I think that's the reason he chose the life that he chose.
Well, as a young man, I did not know my uncle. I did not know Lenny. I feel that I need to know him as a human being, as not as a politician and not as a fighter, but as an uncle. Going to watch this play is also going to give me an insight of my uncle's life, the 24 years that he has lived.
Those were no illegal terrorists that were trying to come into the country. But they had to be more difficult in releasing his body. His body was only released on the 3rd of July. Imagine that. The man was killed on June the 8th, and there were still more delays. The shocking news of his death shook an entire community and left his family speechless.
Getting people to attend the show, to come here, to support local, to understand, look, you don't have to be at a national level to help people. It can start at a grassroots level, and it can start local within our communities. Understand what was done, take this message back, help people, help inspire communities, help build communities.
Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutanam adharmasya tadasmanam sajamyaham. He says, Lord Krishna says in the Gita, he says, where there is irreligion, I will come through. Where there is unrighteousness, I will bring a form of myself and come through. Live for the truth. And Lenny Naidu, he lived for the truth.